Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. The Premier League fixtures are released for the 21-22 season. It feels like everything's going on at once at the moment, the Euros, and now we're looking towards the Premier League, which, to be honest with you, probably not as excited as I normally would be, but there's some cracking fixtures across all the teams in the Premier League this season. So let's have a look at the opening weekend. Saturday the 14th of August. We're less than 2 months away from the start of the season. I know Euros is what it's all about. Remember, we've got 3 watch-alongs on this channel today. Make sure you subscribe and smash a like. But the holders Manchester City will visit Spurs. It never gets easy for Spurs, does it? So opening weekend, Man City visiting Spurs. Manchester United host Leeds. Chelsea play Crystal Palace. Liverpool visit Norwich, newly promoted Norwich. Arsenal play Brentford. Leicester play Wolves. Everton play Southampton. It's Burnley against Brighton. It's Watford against Aston Villa. And it's West Ham against Newcastle. So that's the opening weekend. We'll go through some of the others in a minute, but let's highlight some certain clubs first. So let's start off with my club, Manchester United. Leeds first game. Then they've got Norwich. Then they've got, who they got third game? Wolves. And then they've got Newcastle. So for Manchester United, that's not a bad start really. 5th game is West Ham. 6th game is Villa. So none of the traditional top 6 for Manchester United in the first 6 fixtures. So, Ollie there, get the players in, settle them in games that you would look to be winning, especially their first 3 games of the season. As I said, home to Leeds, away to Southampton, and then away to Wolves, and then home to Newcastle. I mean, if United are looking to get some good players in and get a good start, I mean, that's a fantastic start for them. What about the holders, Man City? As I said, Spurs away, first game of the season. Then they're going to host Norwich, easy. Then they're going to play Arsenal, easy. Then they're going to play Leicester. So Man City, I mean, you'd expect Man City to get maximum points, but, relatively sort of middle of the road start to the season. Chelsea got Palace at home first game. New manager, you'd expect Chelsea to win that. But then it gets a little bit more difficult for Chelsea because then they go to Arsenal the following game. Then they're playing Liverpool away, which is difficult. And then they're playing Villa at home. And then they're playing Spurs away. And then they're playing Man City. So in their first 6 games, they've got Man City, Spurs, Liverpool, Arsenal. 3 of which are away. So Chelsea starts the season. Look, what I would say is, if you're a Chelsea fan, is if you can come out of those opening 6 games of the season and be near the top of the league, that's going to balance itself out. Everybody plays everybody twice. It's not breaking news. So whilst that's a difficult start to the season for Chelsea, Chelsea will get the transfer business done. They're Champions League winners. They've got momentum. They will fancy their chances against those teams. And if you come out of near the top of the league after those 6, especially with 3 of those games away, you've got to fancy your chances as Chelsea. What about Liverpool? The revival of Liverpool. Many people will predict that Liverpool will revive themselves this season. Well, Norwich opening games of the season, although it's away, you'd fancy Liverpool there. Then they've got Burnley at home. Revenge for last season with a crowd. I'm sure they'll get that revenge. Then they've got Chelsea at home. Big game for Liverpool, that 3rd game. That, to me, is a massive game. The 3rd game of the season, Liverpool against Chelsea, because that, to me, will be a game where it's like, who's the real pretender to the throne? Who's the real team that's going to fight Man City? And Man City will be looking at that going, I'm really happy with that game, because if they draw or one of them wins, it knocks the other one out. Not completely out, but it's a good early test, that one. That's probably game of the season early on. Liverpool against Chelsea, 3rd game week, Saturday the 20th of August. Obviously, all these games are going to move. Then 4th game of the season, Liverpool have got Leeds away. Then they've got Crystal Palace at home. And their 6th game of the season. I always like to look at the first 6 is Brentford. So apart from Chelsea, Liverpool's first 6, you'd expect them to get some momentum and get up there. And look, it's I know it's a 38 game season, but ultimately, if you get yourself up there after 6 games, you tend to be up there. And Liverpool will want to get that momentum going quick. And I think the fixtures allows that for them. So we've looked at Chelsea, we looked at Liverpool, looked at Man City, we looked at United. Let's have a look at Arsenal. Arsenal play Brentford first game of the season. That's a potential banana skin at Brentford, to be fair. Then they've got Chelsea, tough game for Arsenal there. 3rd game of the season, Arsenal are playing Man City, tough game there. Then they've got, who've Arsenal got then? Fourth game of the season, they're home to Norwich. Then they've got Burnley away, and then they've got Spurs. So for Arsenal, they've got Spurs, Man City and Chelsea in their first 6. And you can almost already see mid-table matters for Arsenal, can't you? That they're going to potentially win 3, but potentially lose 3. And maybe that's where Arsenal are going to be this season. So the first 6, I mean, looking at it, I think United have probably got one of the easier starts to the season. Man City, probably next. Then I think Liverpool's is quite, apart from the Chelsea game, Chelsea got really rough fixtures. Arsenal, I don't, some would say why are you including them. Spurs, somebody said what about Spurs? Spurs play Man City at home, then they play Wolves away, then they're playing Watford, then they're playing Crystal Palace, then they're playing Chelsea, and then they're playing Arsenal. So again, Spurs with 3 tough games at the start, Man City, Chelsea and Arsenal. And you can see Spurs going down that road of Arsenal as well, where maybe they win a couple, but maybe they're losing a couple in the first 6 as well. You can see a situation where that after 6 games, you've got Man City at the top, maybe United in the top 4, Chelsea and Liverpool, and then the rest are sort of beating each other in, taking points off each other. Is there an outside shot that a Leicester could start well? Well, they've got Wolves at home, then they've got West Ham away, then they've got Norwich, then they've got Man City, then they've got Brighton, then they've got Burnley. I mean, there's potential for Leicester to start off well. Let's have a look at some of the bigger fixtures for United and Liverpool, specifically when are United going to play Liverpool. I mean, as I said, Man United don't actually have a top 6 club for quite a while. They play Villa in September, West Ham in September. God, Manchester United don't play anybody decent for quite a while. Leicester in October. So they play Liverpool 23rd of October. That's United's first game against the traditional top 6. Man United against Liverpool 23rd of October. Followed by Spurs on the 30th of October. Then Man City on the 6th of November. So this is United's run. So they've got 3 games in sort of late October, November where they play Man United, where they play Spurs, Man City and Liverpool. And then they are Chelsea in late November, 27th of November. Arsenal at the end of November. And then into December, they've got... who have they got? Palace, Norwich. Boxing Day fixtures. Man United away. We always play Newcastle on Boxing Day. It seems to be Man United against Newcastle on Boxing Day all the time. Man City have got Leicester on Boxing Day. I think that happened last year as well. Liverpool play Leeds on Boxing Day. Chelsea play Villa on Boxing Day. And Arsenal play Norwich on Boxing Day. But look, that's your Premier League fixtures. What do you think about them? I'll drop the link in the video description if you want to check it out on the Premier League page. That always helps, I suppose. But smash a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe. I mean, ultimately, you can't really learn a lot from Premier League fixtures, but you can start to predict a little bit. I think Man City are going to have a strong start. I think United have got the potential for a strong start. And I think that, Chelsea-Liverpool third game of the season could be a real indicator of how that's going to go. But obviously, Chelsea got a tough start to the season. But I would relish that start to the season if I was Chelsea. Get your transfer business done. Go into the season. Win a lot of those games and you've got yourself in a title race. So, reap the whirlwind, as they say. But look, thanks everyone for watching. We're going to be live for the 2 o'clock game. We've got Wales at 5 o'clock and obviously 8 o'clock it's Italy. So make sure you subscribe and smash a like on the video. I'll speak to you all in a bit.